Hey everybody on my holistic homesteading group on Facebook or on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome to the first live cast. And I don't know if anyone can join me anytime soon, but hopefully there's only like 48 subscribers so far, but that's good. Cool. I'd like to read to you a little article that I just wrote that you might relate to, you might enjoy. And it's entitled, and you can read it on the Facebook group, but it's entitled The Drama of Monogamy. And it's always blown my mind ever since I was a little boy. And that's kind of what leads me to believe that I'm a more advanced thinker, at least in regards to relationships. But some of the things that have always blown my mind are "Till death do you part." When I first thought of that, I was like, my God, that's quite a commitment. I don't think I'd be into that, especially after seeing my parents and other people's relationships, like how horrible they were, including my grandparents. My grandpa and Grandma Rogers, they loved each other, but they were kind of at each other's throats a lot of the time. And, I can see the purpose for monogamy in the past, but it seems to me that I'm really glad that it seems like I don't really have to have that. We don't really have to have that anymore, especially if we create a community of a bunch of people that see beyond the idiocy of the current situations in our world and the way people live. So here's another one. I'm your one and only. How about this one? He or she cheated on me, and I'm so mad now because they saw that someone else was attracted. They were attracted to someone else, and they made love to somebody else besides me. How could they do that? I'm the best. They said that they would be with only me forever. Why would anyone commit to that? Despite that there are a lot of fat and obese and sick people in our world, there are still a lot of attractive people. And for me, I've always thought, well, how could I possibly commit to just one? So my life revolves around him or her. What if something happened to the relationship? Then we would be completely decimated. Our lives would fall apart. We wouldn't be able to think. We wouldn't be able to eat. We wouldn't be able to breathe hardly if something happened to that relationship. What would I do without you? I'd probably die. It's so much drama. Remember that the title of this one is entitled The Drama of Monogamy. The drama of the whole thing. The extremes of it. Love songs have programmed my brain since I was little. Think of all the songs. Half the songs that you've ever heard were about the drama of monogamy, the drama of relationships. I have to have a storybook wedding with all the frills and a big sugar cake. Giant diamond ring, and everyone wearing fancy clothes where the men look like penguins and the women throw bouquets. Now, if I'm offending someone, I'm sorry. But I find that all of these things that people do are so absolutely ridiculous. Just like nutsoid, nuts. Like, why do people have to have all of this drama and spend all of this money and commit to all of these extremities, extreme things that are just like crazy? I'll be together with my one and only in heaven and all eternity forever. Is that what you really want? Is that what people really want? To be together with their one and only forever and never be with anybody else. There are no other energy sources, but just my one and only. No matter how fat and sick my spouse gets, I'll support them and keep feeding him or her junk food until they're dead. So that really makes a lot of sense, huh? After my spouse dies, I'll remain depressed forever till I too die, and so that I can be with them in heaven. So don't try and convince me that there's any other way but drama and monogamy. Okay, so these are the reasons why I added this thing of being like a singles community with open relationships, you know, where we're not committed. Like, think about the word committed. They use that word committed to coordinate that with an insane asylum. Okay, you're committed. They committed him. They committed him, you know what that means, to the nut house. And that's exactly what you are if you do all of that, in my opinion. Now, maybe some people that they've bought into all of that. They bought into it. Hook, line, and sinker. I know all the little phrases. But for me, the more I saw how freaking stupid people are, the more I started to add up other things. Like I saw their diets and how stupid they were. And I was like, well, they're probably really stupid in a lot of other things too. If the food they eat, and they say that you are what you eat, and if people are eating a lot of crap as their fuel, then they're probably doing a whole lot of other things that are really, really stupid. And so I looked at all the other things they were doing, and I was like, yep, that's stupid, and that's stupid, and that's stupid, and that's stupid. All of these things that people were doing in their daily lives, their lifestyles are really stupid. And so then I started thinking, you know, well, is there any other way? And I learned about communities. And then I went out to these communities and I learned that a lot of those are stupid too. And so that's why I want to start my own. Let's see if anyone's joined me. Hey, I've got one viewer. Oh, they're gone. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining me for my first live cast on the Holistic Homesteading Eco Village channel on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Be well.